So, welcome back to the channel, guys. Vikings and Fusions. So, I'm gonna cover some basics in Fusion 360 so you can get started from scratch, those of you who don't know this stuff. And I'm gonna cover some very basic and important stuff in Fusion, and you might already know some stuff but might have skipped the very basics. So 10 minutes or so, and hit the like button if you like this content. I will make more, and tell me if you want more advanced. Tell me what kind of content you want to know, both Fusion or 3D printing, and I can make that stuff. And subscribe, like, it would be very nice. So let's get started in Fusion. Let's do some very basic stuff, and let's hit a new design and start off with creating a sketch as normal, and choose your plane, what would be normal for the part you are designing. I'm gonna design what it's called, I'm gonna design a cylinder. So to design a cylinder, I'm gonna start with a circle. So let's just do a circle, and let's just click it out like this. So as you see in my preferences, I have maybe some other colors than you have, but that's not important. So my circle is now magenta or something, and I want to constrain it so I cannot drag it. That's very important. So the only way to constrain this now is to put some dimension on it, and we do that by going to the sketch panel and sketch dimension. You might want to keep that in your menu, so you just click these three three dots and say pin to toolbar. Then it will show up here in the toolbar, so we can hit the dimension or D on the keyboard and just click the circle and release the mouse button and just drag it somewhere, and let's say 100. And now you can see my circle gets white. Yours might be black. I think that's the standard. That says to me that we are constrained, so nothing can move, and that's very important. That's the most important thing. You want everything to be constrained in your sketch, or it will just fall apart at some point. Okay, now we can just stop sketch and we can extrude this guy. So we just click the profile, or we can click extrude, create an extrude, or hit E button, or just click the extrude over here in the toolbar and click the so where did that go? Yeah, so here we are. So we instantly get the message of selecting profile, and then we have to have a closed area which we choose, and we can drag it out or just tell how long we want it to be. Let's say 150. And you might see another color on your body than I have, because that's in preferences. So let me just change this color. You can do that by just right click and go to appearance, or hit A on the keyboard. Let me just do it Viking blue like this. Okay. So now we have one cylinder. Not very exciting, but let's see if we can do the same thing. This is all about techniques, so that's one technique. Let's do another sketch. Let's do the sketch on the wall. Let's do the front wall or the front plane, and let's do first a line. I want to start in the origin and just go right out to the right and just click somewhere, and let's go just straight up, and let's go to the left, and let's go straight down. So what I want to do now is do some dimensions again. Again, we see magenta and we see white. We want all white. So I want this line to be the same height as my first cylinder, and it was 150. And this guy I want to be half the size. I want it to be the radius of this cylinder. And at this point I don't remember, so let's just click the cylinder and look down to the right. We can see 50 millimeter radius, so let's click and say 50. Okay, and I want to go from the front again, so I hit look at to see the sketch like I need to. And the reason this is not constrained now is that we can move it this way. So let's just do another dimension from the origin and out, and let's say 150. So now everything is white. And how can this be a cylinder like that? Well, we can go to the create menu and maybe we can use revolve. Let's hit the profile again, and then in this box we can hit select axis, and we can use that one or this one. Let's use this one. So now we have two cylinders and both are exactly the same. So let's make this one another color. So let us cover even one more way of creating bodies, and another sketch. And we want to sketch one on the floor. So let's do another circle, and we want the circle to be 100, and we need to constrain it so it's on the same plane like the others, like this. And we can do that by just making a line. It's a kind of a helper or construction line. So let's just drag that out like this and make some dimensions again. So let's do that 300 and stop sketch. And we need one more sketch. We need this sketch to be on the front plane, and we need to project our last sketch. So in the sketch panel, go to project, include project, or hit P on the keyboard and click the circle you just created and hit OK and hit look at, and we do a line from the sketch menu, and we find the center point like this. Look at, and we just go straight up and hit finish, and then do dimension on this guy, which also was 150, and do stop sketch. So at this point we actually have, yeah, so this is okay. We go to create and we can do sweep, and let's hit the profile as per asked, and use path, the line, and okay. So again we have the same cylinder but with a totally different way of designing. And let's do that on third material, and let us have a look at under create what we can do more. We have one more, that's loft, so let's use loft as well. So another sketch on the floor, so let's do that one over here, and 100, and we want a helping line, construction line. Oops. First a circle, a sketch and circle, and we want this to be a solid line, so no construction line, 100, and then a line from the origin and out. It could be construction line. Just leave it here, and then we are going to use some more constraints. This is important again. You need to know all these constraints. So you need to figure out how these guys work. And this is coincident we're going to use from the point to the center point. And we're going to do dimension on the line. Let's say 100. No, 150 we want. Like that. And stop sketch. And at this point, to be able to loft, we want a plane which is higher up. So we need to use construct and offset plane. And we can just hit the profile and we can drag it out. And let's say 150, which was the height we wanted. So as you can see, here it is. And we want to draw on the plane. So let's create sketch, hit the new plane and hit create sketch. And at this point we could use project and hit the first one. Or we can, if I just Control C, just make a new circle and make it, it could be 100 or something else, but let's make it 100. And we want to have it on top of the bottom one. So this is now higher up. And if we hit look at, we can use concentric. So I hit concentric in the constraints and I hit the bottom. As you can see, I hit the bottom. It will excuse me, like this, and then the new circle, and it will constrain like this. And stop sketch and create and loft and the first profile, the second profile, and OK. So now we've created this exact same thing with various techniques. And that is what I wanted to show you today, so you can get started in Fusion and use the different create techniques, because they can be very useful in different objects, on different objects. Especially for circular objects, you might want to use revolve, because then you can draw the profile and just revolve it. And loft can be useful for something else, sweep for something different. So yeah, if you have some object you would like me to show you some techniques on, then leave me a comment, or leave me a comment on how bad or good this video is and what you would like to see or not see. So okay, Vikings, have a nice day.